everyone. My name is Erica Sargent. I'm currently attending the University of the West Indies here at Jamaica Open Campus. My tutor's name is Miss Beverly White. Okay, so I'm currently doing a studies in early childhood education and child development. Alright, so today we'll be speaking on learning centers. What is a learning center? How do you set up a learning center? And what is learned and taught in a learning center? So basically what we start with is what actually is a learning center. Now, a learning center is a self-contained section of the classroom in which students engage in independent and self-directed learning activities. A learning center is also a space set aside in the classroom that allows easy access to a variety of learning materials in an interesting and productive manner. Alright, so we have different types of learning center, but today I'll be speaking to you on reading center and music center. Alright, so basically the first step is how to set up a learning center. Now, a basic learning center really consists of activities, opportunity, appropriate materials, rules and instructions to guide the students. But each learning center will consist of different items to suit the needs of a child, of the students, I'm sorry. So first, number one is you establish the skills students will learn or practice. Secondly, you determine the activities that will be in each center. And thirdly, you select appropriate materials for activity and ensure that they're accessible to each student. Alright, then how to set up a learning center does continue. Clearly state rules and behaviors expected, instructions as how to execute activity, appropriately label the center to direct students where to visit them and when. Alright, so a music center. Now, each item in the music center has a specific purpose, and some items can be used to develop more than one skills. Alright, so these include like the furniture, which are chairs, tables, and carpets. You have charts with instructions and directions. You have laminated flashcards. You have registers, sanitary wipes, record box. You have animated books, puppets, music players, catalogs, and music samples. Yeah, and then we have headphones for them to listen, and microphones for them to voice their songs or poems. And we have speakers also, micro recorder, music recorders, musical instruments like tambourines, maracas, the drum, the guitar, and the ring string also. And now here is a layout of how a music center will look. Alright, then what will they learn at the music center? At a learning center, as a learning music center, they will develop different skills based on the materials that are placed there for them. For the materials placed in this learning center, students can develop some following skills like language development, cognitive skills, emotional and social skills, and all those other skills that will be stated further. Alright, now to a reading center. A reading center is much different from a music center, and we'll have different items. Though some may be similar as we go by, you will get a better understanding of the similarities. A reading center can take a homely appearance to allow students to feel more comfortable. Some of these items are the furniture, which are similar to the music, with like chairs, tables, carpets, bean bags, and curtains, charts with instruments and directions, nursery rhymes, and alphabet. Now we have laminated flashcards also. Flashcards, laminated flashcards, we have a register, and we have reward boxes also. Alright, then the reading centers does consist of more items like posters, um, printed logos, street signs, books and various genres and types, rhymes and games, magazines with pictures and without pictures. We have puppets also, string puppets, hand puppets, crayon markers, paper, paper finger paints, we have audio visual. It also would read aloud stories, computers, projectors, and speakers. Printed activities such as puzzles, Q&As, sentences, and such. And then this is a chart of how a reading center layout would look in the school. All right, so the reading center is much quiet. So what we have to do is we put maybe one on this side and one a little bit farther than, because you know the music is a bit more noisier than the reading. All right, so what will they learn in learning center? Now we have different skills based on the materials placed there. As we said before, in the music center we have the language development, which is comprehension of skills and fluencies. We have cognitive skills. Also we have emotional and social skills. We have critical thinking skills also. And then we have how to the management of children's choices and behaviors. Now this is having a routine in place for everything and practice procedures, not punishment, as stated. All right, then we have the operant conditioning by B.F. Skinner, and we do have the token economy, and then we have the positive reinforcement, we have reinforcement also, and the punishment, which all these come in hand to hand with the reading center and the music center also. All right, so we have two diagrams here which tell you the diagram of the reading center, how the reading center would look, the diagram of the music center, how the music center would look. Now what the a routine is that you set specific guidelines and rules, and make sure that kids are adhering to those, so to keep the centers in good working condition. And always teach the kids how to treat the items, where to place them, to kindly return instruments or books or crayons where they were, because everything will be marked, every spot will be marked, where this belongs, where that belongs. And then, as I said before, we have the two centers has to be a little bit further, because the music center is much further than the is much noisier than the reading center, and we do have to have the kids concentrating. And what we may do is we try not to keep two centers at the same time, but you know that that is a bit difficult to handle, because kids love reading, kids love music, and we have to have them always active and going. So some of them, they learn through reading, they learn through music, and so on. All right, so then what I have a little list of references here where the findings were found, and I do have some scholars here also. All right, this was a presentation of reading centers. What is a reading center, how to set up a reading center, and what is learned and taught as a reading center. Thank you so much for listening.